Coming up, the state of Indiana has passed new requirements for high school freshmen.
To work in a plumbing operation, to be a journeyman plumber, it's one that prepares you to work at a fast food restaurant or something like that.
Columbus East has a new baseball coach looking to turn the program around.
First and foremost, if I'm going to preach something, I have to be a leader of that and show the expectation of being on time, holding each other accountable, holding yourself accountable.
All that, plus news, weather, and sports, coming up on Torch TV. Welcome back to Torch TV. I'm your host, Isaac Luttrel, and I'm joined today by Ayden Billingsley.
So, how was your snow days?
It was pretty alright. Stayed inside, played some video games, shoveled a lot of snow, and stayed warm while I could. What about you?
Basically just played some video games and watched TV.
Fun.
Now, let's dive right into this episode of Torch TV.
On February 11th, the library will be hosting their monthly craft and advisory. This month's theme is Valentine's Day, and there will be button making and Cupid Crunch snacks. Check your Canvas inbox for a link to sign up. The Youth Empowerment Summit is sponsored by the Council for Youth Development. This year it will be held on March 27th at the Columbus Learning Center. Students in grades 9 through 12 are encouraged to apply. The application is due February 9th. If you are interested, message Ms. Beck. Scheduling for the 2026-2027 school year has begun. Counselors will be visiting your English classes this week and continuing as necessary. Scheduling materials are available online. To find them, look at your team's Canvas at the Columbus East High School course.
The Indiana Department of Education changed high school diploma requirements for graduating year 2028 and later. The new diplomas allow students to choose more classes than ever before. Because of the loosened list of required courses, Indiana colleges are worried that students won't take the advanced courses that will qualify them for higher education. High schools recognize this and are planning to continue scheduling in the students' best interest.
This is not a curriculum that prepares you to work in a plumbing operation, to be a journeyman plumber. It's one that prepares you to work at a fast food restaurant or something like that.
They don't require geometry and they don't require Algebra 2 to get a high school diploma under the new seals. We will continue to schedule all of our kids with the Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2 to make sure our students have all the classes that they need to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do after graduation.
There's a lot of narrative that you don't need a college to get a good job. That's true. For most people, that is not true. For the vast majority, people who don't finish college are economically insecure for much of their life.
Do we want to hit, look well from the way the state views us? Absolutely. But I find it more important that students have what they need after graduation. That's more important to me than what the state's asking for.
Though the state has and likely will continue to alter education standards, Indiana schools will continue to do what they think is best for their students.
With last week being so full of snow, we will now head over to East Media Senior Mason Bean with the latest in this weekend's forecast.
Thanks, Isaac. Last weekend, a major snowstorm hit the entire state of Indiana, with tons of snow hitting the state, with Columbus getting 15 plus inches of snow. This has officially been stated as the biggest snowstorm since 2004. Now moving on to this weekend's forecast. This week will be a little warmer than last week. Starting off on Friday, it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 36 and a low of 10. On Saturday, it'll be partly sunny with a high of 22 and a low of 11. Finally, on Sunday, it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 31 and a low of 20. That's all for weather. We'll be back after the break.
After the break, we'll take a look at the new culture that comes with this swap to Coach Brown with the East Baseball O's.
Then we'll look at IU football and their historic season.
Lastly, we'll recap all of our Columbus East sports.
All that and more on Torch TV.
Is obviously the GOAT. It's so obvious.
Yeah, obviously.
Ronaldo's better.
Oh my goodness.
Ronaldo's literally the best player.
I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna leave. See you guys.
Where do you think you're going, freshman?
I'm going off campus for lunch.
Freshmen can't go off campus. You should go back.
Friendly reminder that every day during last mod, students who are in the library and have a signed resource need to sign out and go back to their class at 3 o'clock. If you're interested in participating in Unified Track this spring, a parent meeting will be held Monday, February 9th from 5:30 to 6:30 in room C103. For more information, email Ms. Myers at myersp@bcsc.k12.in.us. Seniors, as we continue through second semester, make sure to keep an eye on the scholarship newsletter. It is updated every week with new scholarships, with some having deadlines by the end of the month. Now, let's head over to our competitions with Camden Parrott.
Thanks, Ayden. Starting with basketball, senior Keaton Lawson hit 1,000 career points last Tuesday in their win against Scottsburg. He ended the game with 28 points, and the final score was 76-68. Congratulations on this big milestone, Keaton. Next, our wrestling has their regional Saturday morning at 9 a.m. with a chance to move on to semi-state. Last week, our boys' swim team placed fourth in their conference meet despite having the smallest team there. Sophomore Josh Pendleton won the 200 individual medley and the 500 freestyle. With the introduction of new head coach Christian Brown, Columbus East Baseball looks to usher in a new culture.
Spring sports are right around the corner, and Columbus East High School has begun off-season workouts with new head coach Christian Brown. Every coach has their own style, and with his first year at Columbus East, he is looking to not only develop player skills, but his relationships with them as well.
My style is being able to pull the most out of my players by building the true relationships, building a rapport with the players and letting them know that they can trust me with on-field, off-field, whatever it may be that they need from me. I'm always going to have their back.
I like when coaches are more on a personal level, and I feel like Coach Brown is he sees everybody on more of a personal level, and he pushes us to our best ability.
He has really good knowledge of baseball. He's a good leader. He's very compatible, right? Very easy to talk to, very easygoing guy, and he makes everybody else better around him.
Coach Brown is coming in as a first-year varsity head coach, bringing his experience of 7 years at multiple programs, including the 2025 1A state champs, Indy Lutheran. He looks to instill accountability and discipline to advance the program.
Well, first and foremost, if I'm going to preach something, I have to be a leader of that and show the expectation of being on time, holding each other accountable, holding yourself accountable, and really setting that expectation from day one. The earlier that you can get those expectations out and hold yourself and your team true to those expectations, it really helps negate anything in between where there might be a lack of being locked in practice or being able to hold each other accountable.
I feel like he's definitely held us more accountable with our new pitching thing. Like if you throw 30 pitches, you have to run a mile. I feel like that's just kind of something to like get us more towards the goal, like where we want to be.
It's a work in progress. There's a handful of guys that'll take accountability, and with a new coach, that's one thing he's really big on is being accountable. And so as of right now, it's working, because at the end of the day, baseball, it's the ultimate team sport. You could be the best hitter, but you only occupy 1 out of the 9 spots in the lineup. So it's all about teamwork. It's all about being accountable. It's all about not being selfish.
Columbus East High School finished 7th in the HHC standings, looking to improve their season by working hard this offseason to further prepare for the new year.
We'll continue to keep tabs on how the team's hard work pays off this season. On the collegiate level of sports, the Indiana Hoosiers are the national champions after beating Miami 27-21 in the national championship. Indiana has had the most historic rebuild ever to happen in college football. Indiana was 3-9 in the 2024 season and brought in head coach Curt Cignetti. Curt Cignetti then took them to the playoffs back-to-back years, but fell short in the first season, but came back this season to win the Rose Bowl, Peach Bowl, and the national championship. Indiana also made history with their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, winning the Heisman for the first time in school history. Indiana is 16-0 and the only team so far in the new modern era of the college football playoffs to go 16-0 and win it all. This Indiana season has been historic, and it's only the beginning because Curt Cignetti's contract runs all the way through 2033. Congrats to the Hoosiers on a fantastic season. That's all we have for sports. We'll be back after the break.
Next up, we'll take a look at the unexplained Havana syndrome.
Then we'll cover the growing distress in Minnesota as well as local news.
All that and more on Torch TV.
Hey. Yeah, I'll be right there. Okay, bye. I'm about to pull up, don't worry. Okay, bye.
Roughly one person dies every 39 minutes due to drunk driving. So as a reminder, drive safe and don't put yourself or others in danger.
A new illness has begun to circulate around the world called the Havana syndrome. It was first reported in 2016 when U.S. Embassy personnel were in Havana, Cuba, and started to experience strange symptoms like headaches, dizziness, and cognitive issues. Many government officials believed they were dying. There have been many cases of this strange illness. Many of them were government officials that were believed to be targeted by this ailment. The Pentagon acquired a Russian component device in late 2024 that emits sound waves. Many investigators believe this weapon had affected over 1,500 officials.
I remember texting my brother in real time thinking that I may not make it out of this. There is a long-standing pattern of intelligence officers being struck around the world here. It feels like it's hopefully about time that this, the truth comes out, and we're hoping this administration can bring some clarity and some transparency to that. I mean, we know the Chinese have a directed energy weapons program, an anti-personnel weapons program. We know the Russians have been working on this since the 1950s. So we are many, many decades and many billions of dollars behind the research from the human aspect of this. The reality is, I mean, it's pretty clear the last administration covered this whole thing up. So, we're hoping the Trump administration can come at this, expose what happened under the last admin. Yeah, no, I'm nowhere near who I used to be, and probably never will be, according to what the doctors say.
Government officials hope to uncover more about this strange technology moving forward.
Now, we'll head over to Sophia Pace with local and national news.
Thanks, Ayden. Starting off with local news, Fishers police believe to have found the body of Indiana teenager Haley Busby, who has been missing since January 5th. Initially, police believe she was a runaway teen, but with more evidence found, it is evident that she was kidnapped. 39-year-old Tyler Thomas was temporarily released to the FBI after leading them to her body in Hocking County, Ohio. It's believed that she met Thomas through an online gaming platform and voluntarily left her home to meet him. When authorities searched through Thomas's phone, they found several sexualized photos of Busby on it. His attorney believes a charge of abuse of corpse is more appropriate as he plans to plead not guilty. He is currently being held on a $1.5 million bond awaiting trial. Moving on to national news, the civil unrest in Minneapolis concerning ICE has been constantly growing. Following the shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, civilians around the country have taken to the streets to protest against ICE. Many community members have taken it upon themselves to be the voice of the people. This past Friday, schools and businesses arranged a variety of walkouts. High schoolers and workers left there in the middle of the day to march through the streets. When the civil unrest between opinions and morals concerning ICE and their funding, a partial government shutdown has started as of Saturday the 31st. Last year, we experienced a 43-day-long complete shutdown, which was the longest this nation has ever seen. Both parties are unable to come to an agreement over the funding of ICE and its agents. With the progression of the violence throughout the United States, the Democratic Party is unwilling to continue abundant funding of ICE. As of right now, essential government functions are continuing, but workers could go unpaid if the parties cannot come to an agreement. That's all for news. Back to you guys at the desk.
That's all we have for Torch TV. From me, Mason, Camden, Sophia, and the rest of the Torch TV crew, I'm Isaac Luttrel.
And I'm Ayden Billingsley. Thanks for watching. Be sure to take care of yourself, others, and the place. And as always, try to be the best part of someone's day.